Join Divine Oracle Podcast with your hosts, psychic medium Chris and Jillian. They interview a lot of people within the spiritual community and also discuss a lot of topics with Indigenous and non-Indigenous spiritual teachings.
Hey everyone, it is your well-known people here, which is actually psychic medium Chris, and Jillian's also here.
Hey everybody.
So yeah, we're going to do actually a little bit different today compared to what we normally do. Just over the weekend though, a great guy from APTN, which is the Aboriginal Television Network. He is also from out east though. He was here in Ontario and he did two great events. One was in London, the other one was in Mississauga, Ontario. We went out to the London, Ontario event, and we'll be right back after this quick commercial and we'll discuss about what we did and what took place. So yeah, join in and learn about Shawn Leonard.
This is Santa Claus coming out to you right now. Why not shop with actually Haunted Live Podcast underneath their store that's online through their website at hauntedlivepodcast.com. And right now though, there's a great deal going actually on and savings. Check out hauntedlivepodcast.com underneath their smudge store, right underneath their website.
Sit back and enjoy this show with your hosts, Trevor from Haunted Live Podcast and psychic medium Chris from Divine Oracle Podcast. Tuning in underneath Podbeam and YouTube. Don't forget though that you have the opportunity underneath Podbeam to call in live and ask your questions and for your readings. Sit back and enjoy the show and let your friends know.
If you haven't checked out our official website yet, please do that as well. We are hauntinglivepodcast.com. That's hauntinglivepodcast.com for our content on our website.
Alrighty, so yeah, we were actually just letting you guys know about Shawn Leonard. Shawn Leonard has two great books out. One of them, though, it is Walking with Your Spirit Totem Animals. This is his latest book, though. It just came out in November of October, thank you. It came out in October 2025. And I've read the book fully through. Jill's actually still reading the book, and it's a great book. His other one, though, that is actually Spirit Talker, and that one there is his first book, actually, with the publishing actually of Hay House, and he also has a couple oracle cards altogether. What do we say? But it was a great day actually with them. We'll sort of let you know what took place. We left our region, which is Kitchener region, at 10:30 in the morning. We drove all the way down to London, Ontario. And I don't know if Jill wants to explain a little bit more in detail.
So as we're driving, we left here. The weather was kind of gray, kind of cloudy, a little bit of sun. You know how Canada is with their weather. It's kind of funny. So as we're driving, we're hitting all the seasons all at once. And when we got closer to London, we were running into whiteout conditions. It was pretty scary. Some people have no idea how to drive, with a single snowflake, let alone a whiteout condition. Other people were just kind of doing their thing and rolling along. So they're, if you can get behind somebody who knows what they're doing, great. If not, you're kind of going, you can't drive your car, get off the road. So we get into London and we pull into the hotel where he's doing his event. We're there now at this point, like 12 o'clock. We're 12:15-ish. So we're like super early. At this point, being invited by Shawn Leonard, we were, asked to be there for 1 o'clock. The doors opened at about 1:15, 1:30, so he had time to do his book sales and everything. So, yeah, that was, I will definitely have to say it was a definitely good day. After getting there and speaking to Shawn and meeting him for the first time, it just felt like meeting a friend. Like, he's a celebrity, he's an author, he's, probably a producer of some sort, or co-producer, co-writer of his own show, Spirit Talker on APTN. which I haven't watched the seasons yet, but I'm going to have to go see if I can find them.
Yeah, we have them here.
Have to get through all that and get it watched, but he was looking for volunteers. He had a couple of volunteers that weren't feeling the greatest, so they ended up having to cancel on him. And since I do a lot of volunteer work anyway, I'm like, well, you know what? We're here early. We got nothing else to do. So why not? He ended up having like 3 other volunteers that were able to make it. So we made it work. I was on door with a lovely lady. Her name was Jeanette, or Janet, I believe. She was awesome to talk to. She was very happy to be there. She was a little bit of an older lady, and she was asked to help with the door sales and the sales of the books and the oracle cards. And she asked if it was possible if I could cover the money portion. I'm like, no, I'm good with it. You know, put me where you need me. I am cool.
Now, sir, let you guys all know that this actually took place before the doors opened. So what had happened though is Jill and I, we were in the room. Trevor from Honolulu Podcast and our good friend Pam was actually at a wellness fair that was going on. But Shawn walks in. I had my back turned behind because I was looking at the back, and he's like, "Hey, what are you two doing actually in the 4th row?" Because we had general tickets, and we're like, "Okay, fine, we're just gonna sit here." He told us though that we have the front row.
Yeah, we can move up, you know, because now at this point we're helping, we're volunteering, and it was just overall the experience before the doors even opened was amazing. You know, we got some one-on-one time with him and got some conversations out of the way.
And he also smudged us.
Oh yeah, we did smudging before the doors opened so that, you know, we were all open and clear and ready to go. And, you know, just to kind of make it more of a ceremonial type thing.
Yeah. So yeah, eventually the doors came in. Like I noticed there was 2 runners. One person actually on the door with Jill. And how many books did he have by any chance?
He started out with 25 of his Walking with Your Spirit Totem Animals, and he started out with 30 of his Spirit Talker on the table, and 30 of his Oracle cards also on the table. I'm kind of weird that way. I did my inventory in my own way, and, you know, I wanted to see, and it was pretty busy for the 45 minutes that the doors opened at about 1:15. I would have to say that in the first 45 minutes, half of his books sold. He did about a quarter of the sales for his Oracle cards all before the show even started. And then throughout the show, random people would come up and they would pick up a book, and then at the end when the show was over, we have more to explain, but I'm trying to get it in here quickly. The rest of the books went. By the time the last person came to me for his new book, again, Walking with Your Spirit Totem Animals, it was already sold out. The person in front of that person had gotten the last book, and I'm like, I don't have any left back here. We're all sold out of his books. And there was like 6 books left on the table of his Spirit Talker, and probably about I think it was like 12 or 16 of his Oracle cards. So it was a pretty good night for Shawn to get his stuff out there
for sales wise. Yeah. So what had happened though is actually for the for Shawn being actually on stage. What it was though is Shawn was actually talking about his book at first, a couple stories from there, just to help get everything a little bit more sold. But then all of a sudden he did readings for the whole crowd, and the way he does the readings though, which I thought was pretty cool though, even though I was like teary here and there and hoping for my father to come through, but anyways, the way that Shawn did it though is like pick up, hey, I'm actually getting this from this person. If anybody connects with it, please stand up all together. One thing though that he was picking up though is the name Bob or Robert, and I was like, okay, is that Dad? But all of a sudden there was more clues all together, and Shawn doesn't know these people. Okay, so he's picking up the energy, and it was not my father. I was like, okay, fine. So yeah, he did the readings, and he went a bit over time.
He went over about a half an hour. It was probably 4:30, 4:45 by the time he was done, all the readings and everything.
Yeah.
A couple of the readings that stood out were the one lady, her son had a car accident, and he was just explaining what was coming through. And again, he doesn't know anybody in the audience, so it was really fascinating and interesting to hear all this, that the one lady, she had her son, he had passed away in an accident. And so Shawn is just going, you know, I feel in my rib cage, I feel like something is broken. I felt like my heart, you know, is gone. I feel a lot of pain on my left side, my right side. It's like something crushed me. I see a flash of light. And what he was describing was a horrific car accident that her son had suffered. And he was coming through just to explain that he didn't suffer, that it was instantaneously, that he was aware that he was in an accident, and then he was gone. And that, you know, I think his mother was worried that he had suffered unmanageable pain. So it was just like, for her to say, hey, yeah, guess what? That's my son. This is what happened. And you bang on to what you got. You kind of turn some people who might have been skeptic in the audience into a believer. And some people go, oh, no, it's all planted. Again, I have never met Shawn in real life. I've seen him on Zoom, you know, when we do our podcasts. That's the way I meet the people, is through podcasts. So, you know, when you get this feeling of they know what they're talking about, you're not a skeptic. You know, so a lot of people were going, oh, that's bullcrap. It's like, well, he's never met me, and he's able to pick up a few things on me that no one else knows. You know, so there are really good people out there, and there are people who are not so great. But Shawn was, he was awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed my day out there with everybody. You know, having Brother Chris and Pam and Trevor, and that was a good day. I definitely enjoyed my day.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like, so yeah. So what had happened though is, after his actually readings and all that, he actually got two different lineups going. One was for people though that spent a little bit more money. That way they could be able to get actually an autograph from Shawn, talk to Shawn a little bit more. And then the other group was just basically autograph. He usually doesn't do two groups, what he was indicating, but he was able to get that, and there was a little bit more sales for going on for his cards, his books, and at the end though, we were there and approximately 2 more hours we were there.
By the time we got out of there to go, you know, I helped clean up after the end of the night. We got everything all packed away, and it was actually fairly quick because there was hardly anything left to pack. So, you know, just a quick cleanup and everything. Chris and Trevor went over to get our tables at the restaurant.
Before all that, yeah, we actually ended up giving Shawn. It was a couple of gifts actually, which is well known for us in Indigenous. So to be able to give actually somebody within the Indigenous community that you go and see is actually a gift. So the first item though that we gave him from Divine Oracle podcast here, and also Haunted Light podcast for Trevor. We gave him a little ornament. It's of a polar bear, because you got to be able to understand though, his spirit animals so that he has are the owl, the polar bear, the bison / buffalo, and also the eagle. So those are actually his 4 main spirit animals. So we gave him the thing though is with the polar bear, and it was holding the wheel of the medicine wheel, and that there is white, red, black, yellow, yes. So that was actually on there. The second thing though that we also gave him though, which was actually ceremonial tobacco. Now ceremonial tobacco though is actually really good though. It is a thing. You do not smoke it. You can burn it and also give it back to Mother Earth. Now the other thing though that we also gave though was actually a couple of little charm things. And started to do with what he actually is talking about in his book. And these are made out of metal, and they're actually stamped. Now, the last thing we gave to him, though, was actually a piece of wood that I painted. There was actually a pole bear on there with beautiful, nice scenery, hills, but it was to do with up in the snow Arctic area.
Yeah.
So that's what we gave to him. And then our good friend Pam, though, drove us down, gave her own book, which we have had her actually here on the show in the past. And she gave him the book. She had her book with her and also got hers. So both signatures.
Yeah, they signed each other's books. Yeah, it was kind of cool watching two authors signing each other's books.
Yeah.
And Pam and Shawn managed to have a quite deep conversation between the two of them. And I think Pam just felt a lot better. She just needed someone to talk to her in the spirit realm, and she got her wish. I am so happy for her. I'm glad that he was able to do a reading for her, and she got what she needed to hear. So I am incredibly happy and proud of her for that.
So right when they were still cleaning up gifts and all that, after the gifts, Trevor and I, we went next door to the restaurant to get tables, and we left you there with Pam.
Yeah, with Shawn, and we were still cleaning up, putzing around, doing our thing, just making sure that there was nothing left behind. And, Shawn was asking how I was doing, and, how did I hear about him? Well, obviously I'd heard about him because we'd done a couple of interviews with him. At that point, I hadn't actually read his first book. I'd started reading his second book. I had worked with his oracle cards with Brother Chris on and off. I'm not an oracle reader by any means, but I do try. So when I was talking to him about his book, because a few things resonated with me really, really well in the book, because of my dad's best friend was from the Mohawk clan in Quebec, probably about 75 years ago now, and he was kind of adopted into the family there. So we had a lot of teachings that were in the book that I'm reading, and I'm going, this was our everyday life. This is what we did on a regular basis. So in some ways I was living an Indigenous life, not realizing I was doing it, because it's what my dad was taught and he taught us. So kind of like a unified thing. And I let Shawn know that, and he's like, that is amazing. He hasn't heard a lot of people come out with stories like that, or with a history of family like that. So I'm just like, that's the way my dad is. So hey, I was kind of hoping that my dad would have came through and something, but it's been 30 years almost since my dad's been gone. So I just kind of go, my dad wants to come through, he'll come through. He'll take his time. But the conversation with Shawn, one-on-one, was pretty nice. I'm sure a lot of the viewers that hear this and did attend will totally agree that he was an amazing speaker. He did awesome. Yeah. He gave a lot of people closure with their loved ones. A lot of people were able to connect with other people in their lives that they maybe had been disconnected from or chose to be disconnected from. But he's given them a new lease on life to go and reach out to them and say, hey, guess what? You know what? I'm checking up on you. I want to check your health. So I would probably go back. I know when we talked about him having another show, he was talking about maybe in the region, but we're not there yet. We don't know for sure. Yeah. But I did volunteer. Yes. I did throw myself under the bus for this one to volunteer. Should he ever come back this way, that I would help set up, take down, that kind of thing, behind the scenes kind of person. Yeah. I did volunteer, so hey. So there was Pam, Jillian, Trevor, and myself. We went next door with Shawn to the restaurant. We actually had a great time, fellowship there, and we paid for the bill, but we still sat there, still socializing with each other. And I said to Shawn, I was kind of hoping for my father, because my father did pass away in 2024 on December 5th at 9:20 a.m. Okay, is right when he passed away. I was kind of hoping for my father to show up. Now, Shawn, though, he did connect with my father. He said my father was very stubborn. Which is true. We all know your dad is true. And again, just so all the viewers out there know, Shawn has never met Chris's dad.
That's right. All right. Now, the other thing, though, is he was saying to do with, actually on the porch, to do with the swing, actually on a porch. Okay. And the only thing, though, a couple days later, I was talking with my sibling that's older. The only thing, though, that we could think, though, was actually with right when he lived out in BC. All right, right where I used to live also for half a year. But anyways, the message from Shawn though is that my dad's very happy for me. He's very proud of me, the way I am.
And he just wants him to continue doing good in his life, and just move on. It's been less than a year at this point for his dad and his mom to have passed away. So Chris has suffered quite a bit of loss in his lifetime over the last year, and knowing that your parents are proud of you even after death, that is a good feeling to have. I just have to say, it was nice of Shawn to do personal readings like that while we were sitting and having dinner at the restaurant. And the food was actually really good this time. It was all cooked.
Yeah.
No complaints.
It was good. It was good. So most times, though, Jill's gone actually out to some Krabby Joe's with us, and the food has gone back actually to the kitchen. Now, it was really good for this location. The quality of food was really good. The service was good. The fellowship was also good.
Oh yeah, the talking was amazing. Like it was just like a bunch of friends sitting together enjoying life.
Yeah. But we have to say though, before we wrap it up though, is if Shawn is ever in your neighborhood, go and see him. And again, those if you don't have any of his books yet, or even his oracle cards, get them. All right, you're gonna have a lot better understanding. And like even Shawn even indicated though, is with us in the Indigenous community, there is so much judgment actually with our own people, and that is so true. Some of our ancestors have decided though as well. They came actually out of residential school to get their status cards, and some haven't.
Yeah, some of them they couldn't be bothered with the paperwork, the red tape, the flags. Some people just go, you know what, can't be bothered. And, other people are like, I'm going to do this because it's worth it. And it's just, I want it for my kids. I want it for the generations below me, right?
Yeah.
So,
if you are Indigenous and you don't have a status card, if people are shunning you because of it, or even saying though that you're a non-Indigenous, these are words from Shawn, stand proud exactly for who you are. Again though, we have to say though is Shawn Leonard, though he's been actually on our podcast a couple times in the past. Again, those go and see Shawn or get his books.
Oh, definitely. And any tickets that he has coming up, I know he's planning on doing some more tours and coming into the new year. We can keep everybody posted on that one. Once the dates drop for him to us, we can pass it along. I just have to say I had fun over the weekend, and a big shout out to Pam. You were an awesome driver. Thank you so much.
Because
for driving.
When we left the restaurant, though, it was pure whiteout all the way till we got to pretty much Woodstock, Ontario, Canada. You really couldn't see the roads, so Pam did really awesome.
Oh yeah, she knew the dimensions of her vehicle. She knew the speed of her vehicle. She really knew the speed of her vehicle well.
Yeah.
Her lane changes were pretty good. You could feel the slush of the road, but she had control. She's a good driver. I have no complaints about that whatsoever. She did what she had to do, and she went around the people that were causing issues on the highway. And I would have to say she only had to slow down a couple times for some of the people going and coming. So we did make a pit stop at the en route on the way out because, nature calls.
Yeah. So it's like, again, we do say thanks a lot for tuning into this episode. Again, though, his books, though, that are out, though, his latest one, though, is Walking with Your Spirit Totem Animal. The other one, though, is Spirit Talker. And his cards, though, are what I use on Wednesday nights here.
I believe they're called Wisdom of the Elder Oracle cards.
Yeah. And they do speak quite a bit, so...
And the artwork is amazing.
Yeah. So again, though, we do say thanks a lot for tuning in. You guys have a good one, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Have a good one.
Have you ever wanted a spiritual reading? why not reach out to Brother Chris through the Divine Oracle podcast page? He's a certified Oracle reader and has been doing readings for so many years, reaching people with their higher self and the spirit side, with angels, ancestors, and the animals. Why not reach out to Brother Chris? Check him out on TheLivePodcast.com.
Each and every Saturday at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, join Divine Oracle Podcast with your host, psychic comedian Chris and Jillian. They interview a lot of people within the spiritual community and also discuss a lot of topics with Indigenous and non-Indigenous spiritual teachings. Join them Saturdays at 10 o'clock on most apps that are actually out there. But if you're looking for them directly, look for them underneath Podbeam, underneath Divine Oracle Podcast.